Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Yeah, this message is for Bill Moran and Kevin Muir. You guys need to get your ears checked because John Hyatt singing Angel Eyes, that sounded exactly like the Chosen One. Come on, give me a break. That definitely was not Van Morrison. Grow up. Later. Have a great day.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
All right, hold your horses there. Slow down.
Slow
down. Come on.
He's got 9 listeners on his radio show.
Does he now?
John Hyatt, 0 on his radio show.
Don doesn't do a radio.
Exactly. They won't even give him one.
That's why. Danny was just telling us during the break that ChatGPT got a $183,000 Google job as an engineer.
So Google had a post for a coding engineer, and ChatGPT passed the interview.
But
with
how did they
colors.
do the interview though?
I don't know. It just said this on the headline.
Yeah.
The headline was that Google ChatGPT, which by the way has now been surpassed by other types of AI like Bard and Grok and all these, just passed Google's certification for an engineer for $183,000, a coding engineer for $183,000 base salary.
Danny, that's clickbait.
That's weird. Only because I'm saying weird in that do they put it like a face? How are you doing this? Like you'd want to really fool somebody, right? So is this an interview where we do it over the computer? We go on Zoom, but we got an AI person that's entering. That's what I didn't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. That's
that's like a bad cartoon where just the voices moving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I was watching the CBS Sunday Morning Show, and they were talking about customer service and how bad customer service has gotten.
Oh, yeah.
And they think that some people say, well, they don't care anymore because there's less competition, right? They buy up the competition, and so now you've got
you been to Walmart lately?
Free.
Walmart who eliminated all their cashiers to put in self-checkout, to only open 4 self-checkouts on a Saturday morning.
Oy.
Yeah.
So this was more about calling, like your credit card or whatever. So they had a guy who, obviously CBS reporter, he's on hold for hours and hours, and how they're using a new AI service at one company as your front desk concierge. So if it's resetting your password, you don't get through to the human beings. And it's actually, they're saying how hard that job is because people scream at you, they lose their mind at you, you owe me money, you do this, all that kind of shit. So I don't know. But it sounded like a good idea. I think that you have to embrace AI and find a way to incorporate it in. I use ChatGPT every once in a while just for ideas and things or how to phrase something. I think it's great.
You filled in for Mark Hillman last week.
ChatGPT, write me a podcast.
That's pretty funny. So I opened up the Times in Wayne County, and I see this young 19-year-old girl named Alexis. Alexis was arrested for criminal tampering in the 3rd degree and making graffiti. That's right.
Mark's going to want to call her tomorrow.
It is alleged
He's supposed to watch.
Spray painted an ex-boyfriend's name on the laundromat on North Main Street. The man whose name was splattered called police after friends sent him pictures of the artistic work. She also reported...
Wait. This is a Jeff Foxworthy joke. If you've ever had to climb to the top of a water tower with a paint can and a brush to defend your sister's honor, you might be a redneck.
Is that really what it is?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Perfect.
Because in Pine Plains at the top of Sniffing Mountain, we had a water tower, and people will climb up there and spray paint shit on it. That's so funny.
What'd you put up there?
Call Marge for a good time.
I never did.
We'll watch.
I never did that. That's one thing I didn't do was spray paint on the water tower. I did do something else. But
Take a shit from up there and drop it down in a bucket?
That's only what I said.
I hit a bucket from 283 feet up.
Bob's away.
He didn't take the Beano.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that either. I did not.
Right over the edge.
Shitting off the edge.
Now this woman, Alexis, also reportedly spray sprayed images of a penis and the words "fuck you," and they print that in the Times of Wayne County.
Those are the go-tos, for
It's
spray
after
paint.
11 p.m. It's good to go in the county.
Yeah, as long as you read it after 11.
But she did that on the porch of a residence in Newark. She was then charged with blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Was it Randy's house? D&B at Randy's house?
No, but Randy called me the other day.
did he?
Buddy, hey, buddy, you won't believe this. Remember my old house?
Was that where that happened?
No, I don't think so. But
okay.
I don't think so. But
It was Miller Street, right?
Yeah, Danny, how would I? You'll remember. I don't know.
No, I just remember Miller Street.
So he goes, something's going on at that house. He goes, I don't want to talk about it. He goes, let me tell you something, buddy. It looks a hell of I kept that place up. That place now, it's a shithole. So,
I do that all the time. I'll drive by old houses of mine and look at how disgusting it looks.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
My
terrible.
old house, my parents' old house, they're shitholes.
Oh,
It sucks.
yeah, that does suck. That does, because you'd hope that somebody would have a little bit of pride. All it takes is just a little bit of
A lawnmower.
yeah.
So
If people come to your house every day thinking there's a garage sale, you might be a redneck.
So on the laundromat, it was just the guy's name. There was nothing else with that.
I don't know. That's what it says in the Times of Wayne County. So I immediately go, young woman, heartbroken. I'm a big believer in control your emotions. I think that's one of the most important things an adult can do,
Couldn't
especially if you
afford
want
the
to.
boombox. So I'll go in for it.
If you want to
Or
be
the
a
trench coat.
if you want to be a leader, that's what you got to
Yes.
do. Okay, but she's 19. 19.
Yeah.
All right. I was 19. I was not a 19-year-old girl, but I was 19, and I dated somebody, and there were all kinds of things that I just would never put up with today, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just wouldn't. Okay.
Honey, you're 19. You should be drinking in Canada right now.
Well, then I went and I looked her up on Facebook because I had to see. She posts a lot of selfies, and she's got a baby. And the baby looks to be under 1 year old from what it looks like. And she put a post up on December 29th that said, "I'm a virgin as of January 1st."
You can do
Oh,
that?
honey.
You can do that?
I don't know. That's hard. But I go, that's a tough thing. You're 19. This may be the daddy of the baby. Who knows what's going on? Money issues. The kid's crying in the middle. I mean, that's a lot. And I start to think,
Lives
I
in
go,
Newark. There's always money issues.
well, that could be. But the weird part is like, how did our parents do it? My mom was 24.
They keep
Now
changing
she had a master's degree.
My
at
mother
that
was
time.
24 too when I was born.
when you were born.
But back then that was considered like
Old,
You know?
yeah. But I mean,
You're getting a late start, huh,
I have
Mayor?
friends whose
My mother
parents
was
were
73.
18. Mom was 18, and she and the husband stayed married.
Oh yeah.
You know, all the way
My
through.
sister got married at 20, had her first kid at 23, and they've been married for 20 years now.
That's great.
And they have 4 kids.
Yeah.
I am from Wayne County.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't,
Ontario.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Do you know I used to write for the Wayne County Mail?
The Wayne County. Oh, that was another. Was that a competing paper of the Times?
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's a
know.
little
I-
different.
Yeah, I didn't know the
A little
Wayne-
classier.
more fake news.
Our paper comes out daily.
Yeah. Did it come out daily?
No.
Oh, what did you write?
I just did columns. I went to school for journalism. I actually did have a
Ask
weekly.
Laura?
I had a
Ask
weekly
Laura?
column on people that were in the service, but then I did just
People
random
that were in
stories.
the military
Yeah.
service. Yeah, and
Yeah.
where they were serving
Yep,
overseas and
just
how to write to them
stories.
and stuff.
Yeah, but
That's
I would
great.
cover like the town board meetings and everything. I did the Webster Herald too. I
You
that
did?
for a year. Yeah.
The Webster Town Board
Do they
voted
still
5 to
have
4.
that? The Webster Herald?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, I
didn't-
think all those
Yeah.
community papers are gone now.
Yeah, that's too bad. I kind of.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, because I mean, like back home, all you had was the community newspaper.
we had
Yeah.
the Register Herald.
We had the Observer. Okay, in Chautauqua County, there were 2 papers. They were owned by the same company, the Jamestown Post Journal and the Dunkirk Observer. And everybody in northern Chautauqua County got the Observer, and everybody in southern Chautauqua County got the Post Journal.
So in college, I wrote for the Observer.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I went to Fredonia.
Oh,
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you know Jerry Riley?
Did they
Weirdo.
So, I mean, 20 years ago.
do they pay you by the word or like? I mean,
No, they
not
pay
by the word. By
they pay you like $25 if there's if there are people
Yeah.
quoted in it, then they'll pay you 40. That's the Observer back then. 'Cause I used to write for the Observer too.
Wow.
I was a sports columnist.
look at this.
Yeah.
All right.
And they let me do my job from Rochester because I covered Bill's training camp. So they're like, well, we don't have anybody up there. And I would just send them just random stuff and they would just print it.
That's funny.
Didn't even read it. Half it didn't make sense. Half of it was about the Browns.
I felt bad for this 19-year-old woman when I saw she had a baby.
Somewhere along
You're
the
losing
line,
your shit
she
along.
made a bad turn.
Well,
I just want to know what the guy did.
I want to know why, as the guy, what are you calling the police for? You know what you should have done? You know what would have been the chivalrous thing to do? Go get a fucking paintbrush and paint over it. Let it go. If you ever had to climb to
and
the
why do you
top.
assume the guy did something?
No,
Well,
actually.
She's
not-
spray
I
painting
mean,
his name and a penis on
She
it.
probably broke up with
I will
you.
tell
fucking
you,
batshit crazy.
having been from a small town, I know a story of a guy.
Here we go. Everybody loves Uncle Dan's story time.
This one dude was in his 50s, and he knocked up a waitress at a restaurant.
Wait,
not my uncle's restaurant.
50. He's in his 50s.
Yeah,
How old is this
she
girl?
was in her early 30s,
Oh, that's not bad.
and this guy was well known.
Well, I mean, at least it wasn't a 19-year-old. That would be like, come on.
This guy was well known, and
Well known for what?
He was just well known in town.
Laying women?
And so what happened was,
Laying pipe.
you know how car dealers used to take that special chalk and write the prices of the car on the car?
Yeah.
She took that chalk on the windows of the restaurant that she was a co-owner of. It was like a little diner on the side, and said, so-and-so needs to pay child support, own up to the fact that he fathered my son, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this went on for weeks. And every day she changed the messaging. So everybody in town
Sure
saw
it is. Did it get into the Dunk Creek Observer?
No, it didn't get it. It didn't have to. It didn't have to.
It should have.
Well, he
Have times in Wayne County be out there, they'd get a picture of
and
that.
the funniest part was he and his family lived 2 blocks away and had to drive by. His wife had to drive by. They're still together to this day.
They
in
are.
fact,
Wait.
It gets
I
better.
didn't know the
Wasn't even his
50-year-old was married at the
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he was having a small.
He had grown kids.
He had a small town affair.
Yes.
Knocks up this woman in her 30s.
It gets better. Now, he and his wife, who never split up, are raising his son that he had with this other woman because she was bat stuff crazy.
Okay.
I mean, you have to be to spray paint that stuff in
I think
your...
if you just you get pushed to a certain
big
point.
windows
Well,
here, Dan.
I'll put it this way: you start airing your dirty laundry. I like that. I think I agree with you. Nobody wants to see that shit.
No.
I feel. Whoa! The Commanders just blocked the Cowboys. Now I know this is a day later. You've seen the games, but wow. All
That's
right.
there somewhere. I thought he said he was going.
Yeah, I think he did. You're right. He is there. I saw this on TikTok.
You did a lot of TikToking today.
It's a little long. Well, I did just the one. Yeah, you're right.
Must have been the Baconator.
I went for the flu bomb, and then when I scrolled past the flu bomb, this was the first one that popped up, and I thought, this is interesting. And when I watched it again, I went, and it's also a little scary. This woman's name is Hollywood.
Okay.
HOLLIEWOULD, if you'd like to follow her on TikTok. Very attractive. This is Hollywood.
I just want to clear something up here for TikTok real quick. Not that it matters, and you shouldn't care what people think of you. I know that. But this is the year that I am clearing the air. So here it goes. D. Caddy, this video is not directed to you. I'm just going to use your comment because I've seen something like this quite a few times. So thank you, honey. That's very sweet. Here's the thing. Every guy that I've dated, which isn't very many, but the guys that I have dated have treated me like an absolute queen. And that's because I don't tolerate anything less. I carry myself like a lady. I make sure that they look good. I'm not out there flirting with their friends or flirting with guys at bars, or I make sure that I make them look good.
All right. I kind of appreciate that. I will say that. I do appreciate right there when she said, I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want somebody that's going to be flirting with your friends, drunk, falling off bar stools.
Oh, yeah. Gets a little rowdy after having a few drinks.
I mean, that's my dating past, but you know.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So, but I thought I like that. And it's someone who's self-confident, proud to be with you. Mm-hmm. You know, there's nothing like
that's my man. Not well.
There's nothing like walking into a room with a woman and just feeling like you're together. You know you're together,
Me
right?
and Boo.
Yeah, you know you're together.
Everybody knows
a nice
we're together.
feeling. All right, here we go. A little more of Hollywood.
So if I don't get that in return, I cut them off. I know what I give, and if they can't give it back to me, then it's just time to move on. I also don't do serial dating. I don't go on a date with a guy just to get to know them.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Good or bad as a woman.
Laura, go ahead.
I serial date all the time.
Okay, so just to get to know somebody?
Yeah, go on a date to feel out their vibe, and
Well, it's
then I
called-
don't like them, and then move on.
That's dating, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed
Yeah.
to be dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
the whole definition is.
So
Or for a free dinner, I make my own food and I can cook my own food here at home. I date to marry. That's
Now that.
nope.
That just crossed into psycho.
Go
No,
on,
no, no,
Laura.
no, no, no. Hang on, Laura. You're divorced.
Yeah.
So you probably now are dating just to right.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you were dating originally, and before you got married, were you dating to get married?
No, I was 22 when I met my ex-husband.
Yeah.
Like, I was not ready to get married.
But you did.
Yeah.
You felt like you were ready at the moment, at the time. Did you? Yes? No? No. I don't know. That's only a question you can
No,
answer.
I have said, like, even when I was close to getting married, I was like, I was not planning to meet the guy I was going to marry when I met him.
Yeah.
It just sort of
But sometimes that
snowballed.
kind of stuff happens and there is no plan, right?
Yeah,
You
there's
just-
no
yeah.
plan.
That's how we all meet our exes.
But yeah. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I mean, right, everybody.
Oops.
That's why I don't have many boyfriends. That's why I go years at a time being very single. I don't have a roster of people that I call. I just live my life on my own terms with my cat, and life is good.
Now, I'll tell you, the woman is very attractive. She'd be the first
I looked her up, yeah.
hot cat lady. You could probably call her hot. She's very pretty to me. There's a difference. She's pretty. She's attractive. She would catch your eye. But there's a difference to me between that and what I find beautiful, but whatever.
But yeah, I'm not out here thinking that men are trash and that men don't know how to treat me. That's not the case. I date quality men until they show me that they're not. For example, I dated a
Attractive, right?
She is, but her picture tells a different story than the words
Oh
coming out of
my
her mouth.
God! What is the picture?
If she's that sophisticated, she wouldn't be dressed like that, taking
is she
pictures.
dressed?
She's wearing like undies and no.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
And she looks
yeah.
way
That
too high
is
maintenance.
that is part of the.
All right. Let's just focus on this.
She's not
Okay.
authentic.
Because-
That's
No,
what it
yeah,
is.
she's, yeah,
What
I'm with
she's
Laura.
saying-
Hold her
what she's
picture up
saying.
to the camera for people to see on the video if you are streaming this or going back and watching.
Make it
Kev,
dance
is
a
that
little.
good?
Kevin, can you see it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably should have done some editing when I
I
sent it
held
to you.
myself
We
to
could
the
have put it
highest.
up. That's my
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
But
gonna, yeah.
I held myself to the highest.
guy that I thought was absolutely amazing. He was
Got your
truly
lemons.
like probably my dream guy.
now listen to this.
I thought. But he had a wandering eye. When we would go to the grocery store, he was always breaking his neck. He loved his bartenders. He would tip them real big, and these girls would be like, oh, ew, and like made him just feel like the man. I didn't enjoy that dynamic. Some women like that. Some women think that's cute and cool, but not my thing. So.
You're,
Okay.
you're
Part
insecure.
of being a
Yes,
bartender
yeah.
is to make
Insecure.
everybody feel
Well, right.
special so
Honey.
you get more tips.
Honey,
As-
you're insecure. That's why you have a TikTok
As
channel.
somebody said to me, and she's got a TikTok channel like with 416,000
Yeah, she's got a lot of
followers and a
followers.
million
She
views.
dresses like a skank.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But she
Desperation.
Skank you.
So she says this, and I said this to somebody. I played this for somebody earlier, and they go, "Man, wouldn't you hate to be with her? Like you'd be a guy at a grocery store line, like, hey, all right, we're checking out.
You can't even look at the chips.
You can't look at it. You
it's
can't look at anybody.
natural.
You can't look anywhere.
My ex-wife.
Oh,
Really?
stop!
I couldn't look. I had to keep my head down the whole time. If a beautiful woman
that work
walked
out?
by, well, yeah, that's the point.
Maybe you should have taught her to keep her
I
head
can't
down.
with you.
Look at someone else.
But I can't with you. Why? Because
you can't
man,
what? You can't what?
Get him.
Follow
Go.
up.
No,
Good.
I can't
sit
understand
back.
with you that you wouldn't turn around and go, cut this shit. I'm not doing anything.
I did. She just.
I had to keep my head down. Otherwise, I was going to get whipped when I got in the car. She kept the spatula under the seat, pulled it out, and whacked me. She probably did. A wooden spoon.
Dude, it was awful, and I just it wasn't that I was afraid of her. I just didn't want to get into a discussion
I hear
or
you.
a fight.
Yeah.
You have to pick your
Well, it's
spots
the
with
path
crazy.
of least resistance.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it's not. It makes it awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. As soon as a man starts manipulating me or lying to me or
All right, I can understand that, right? You don't want
Yeah.
somebody who's going to
No.
manipulate.
There's a
you.
lot of gaslighters and manipulators out there.
What? Give me an example of a gaslighter.
Politicians.
Dan's ex-wife.
No,
Yo,
someone
yes,
who-
yes,
All right,
yes.
all right.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I asked her only
I'm sorry.
because no. Here's why. Here's why I asked.
That's
her.
a
woman.
single
Because we're tired of
dating
your
woman.
same
with-
Yes,
stories.
because she's a woman and she's dating. She's the
sorry.
only one in the room that's dating.
Laura, go ahead.
Okay.
Whoa.
Floor is yours, Senator.
No,
Yeah.
now, Danny, I'm not picking on
No,
you.
I don't.
Just-
No,
I am.
I'm having fun with her.
No, it's just like,
She's
know,
right.
somebody will make you seem like, oh, yeah, I really want to put the time in to get to know you, to do this. And then they are just gone.
Ghosted.
Well, that's
Yeah.
ghosted,
well,
right?
Like the ghosting, or I don't know. I feel like I am pretty strong. I don't need a date. I'm not on the apps. Like I say, I meet people just out and about.
Yeah.
And then, there's these guys who tell you everything that you want to hear, but then they really have nothing going
There's
for
no follow-up.
Yeah. Or it's just, and when she's saying like, my guy can't look at someone else, that's the most unrealistic thing. You're gonna be
I mean, as long as you're not
attracted to other people.
If the guy openly starts hitting on the bartender with the big tits in front of you, that's uncomfortable. You might
but
go.
that's also how she makes her living. So give her a good
Yeah,
tip.
but you may-
I know
Yeah,
that I'm good enough.
If he's throwing quarters
You know
into
what
her
I'm saying?
shirt,
There's a line.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you may turn around and then go, "Hey, I'm still here." You know?
But like, she has no confidence because if someone wants to be with you, they're gonna be with you.
Calling me crazy. If I see something with my own eyeballs and they try to distort it and say, you don't know what you're talking about, you're crazy. Nope, next. I don't tolerate that shit. If they're real close with a friend that's a girl and they say, and I call it out and say, that was weird. They say, no, she's just a friend, Stop overthinking it. Nope, next. That I do.
Okay.
That's why she's still single.
She's single.
What now?
Thank you.
Now, here's the thing. I was trying to think about this because remember when Mike Pence said he wouldn't go to dinner with a woman that wasn't his wife?
Yes.
And my mother was like, "That's bullshit. How's anybody going to get ahead in the world?" And I go, "Mom, I got to tell you." And this was how many years ago? I go, "I wouldn't." Because people start to assume things.
Oh, yeah.
Or someone can say something that didn't happen. And I've known people extremely well that have had their lives altered because something was said to have happened that did not happen. But the word, that's a lot of power.
Well, Shannon
you
Sharp
can wipe somebody out.
Shannon Sharp tells a story. He told a story on FS1 where he said he will not get into an elevator with a woman.
Yeah.
Period. At all. Because he goes, I know I'll be accused of something.
Well,
it's happened before.
Which is terrible. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case, but that's why I don't really have any female friends that I hung out with because it was, I don't know, women were only good for one. I'm kidding. I just really never did. But I had someone I dated who had a friend that was a guy, and they would do. I never had any problem with it. I don't know why. I didn't. I just trusted enough that, so it never bothered me. Kevin had you do that friend in North Carolina, yeah.
But I've known her since we were like
kids,
7.
right? So you can't go in dictating that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you gotta. If you wound up dating this, it would be highly unfair to say you can't be friends with the person you've been friends with. Since
But
7
we
years
know
old.
actually a guy and a gal who have been best friends since they were little kids too, and he's married, and the wife like knows all about her and everything else. They've never had an issue. They've just been best friends.
Yeah.
Some people could just do that.
Yeah,
I
wasn't one of them.
Really?
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's acceptable to have
I've
guy.
had-
Yes,
fine.
no, no,
Kevin's
I've had-
my guy friend.
I've had
he hates me sometimes.
I've had
but
friends-
Kevin's my friend.
I mean, I've had friends who are girls since high school.
Yeah.
I've known them forever.
Yeah.
I haven't there's acquaintances, but not like best friends. No.
All that I don't ignore the red flags. I do all of this stuff. I cut them off before the altar, before the ring. And a lot of women get stuck in unhappy marriages because they ignore those red flags just so they're not single. It is better to be single. It is better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. And the person that's next to you is a direct reflection of who you are and how you feel about yourself. So just always remember that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not out here choosing losers and being treated like shit. Men know how to treat me because I carry myself that way. So, but yeah, people tell me, "Oh, you're not getting any younger. You need to start dating." Like, I don't care about that. I don't care. I don't care if it takes me till I'm 56 years old. And if I would love to be a mom. I think I've been through hell and back enough to raise a beautiful, smart, strong daughter. And if God wants to bless me with that one day, then amen, bless it. But if it doesn't happen, if it's not in the cards for me, then I'm not going to go out here and just date a million men and get free dinners to give my daughter a shitty dad. So, yeah, better to walk alone than to walk with a fool.
I think there's some things of value in there.
That's what I was going to say.
There's some things of value.
Some things of value. Then there's
But
other things.
Some of these other things I go, but here's the thing that I've learned. And I know that depending on who is hearing this, it'll be heard through different things in different ways. But I think one of the most important decisions you'll ever make in your life is who your partner is. And you got to look for somebody who's going to truly be a partner.
Partner.
And
Both people give it 100%.
Yes, or they're supportive, but letting also you not having to change, nor they having to change to accommodate you.
Right.
And if you know how many of us, and this is the part that I think is one of the hardest things in life. You get in a bad mood because Beth said you can't do something today because we're supposed to go somewhere. It kind of sets you off in a foul mood. If she would only act the way you'd want, you'd be happy all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm using this as an example, but you can't get your happiness from somebody else because you can never depend on somebody, and they can't depend on
if
you.
you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it.
That's the thing. So I think sometimes being alone and stuff is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that kind of shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, Beth and I, like, it's weird. Like, people go, you guys never fight. That's unhealthy. I'm like, why? We just get along. It's easy. It's not hard. I don't know what it is.
Kevin, you want to try to get him into fight?
Prying at this woman's videos more, I think she is looking for a little bit of validation in this whole speech.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. She's got a big following. She's an attractive woman, but there's a lot of filters. She's trying too hard. Like, I think with this whole...
See, a woman knows.
Yeah, with this whole speech, I think she's looking for people to be like, you are amazing, you are worthy, you will find this guy.
In the comments.
Yeah, she wants that validation coming towards her.
that guy, honey.
Like, yeah. I mean, because she's coming across a little desperate.
She may feel right now, like, I don't care if I have to wait till I'm 56 years old to find that guy. God, I'll tell you what, right now, they've written a lot of articles about women who are in their 40s now and feel like they've missed out on life because of decisions they made like that in their 20s and 30s. It's almost like every single guy they dated was wrong. Or maybe you were wrong once in a while, too.
It could be.
Maybe you missed the boat.
But
I mean, that is possible.
I also think that I don't know. I think,
What's the common denominator?
well...
When you're that
I
old
always
and
say that.
still single,
Bitches be crazy.
No, but yes, we say all these things. All those things have been said. But I also think, and I only think this because I had a conversation with a family member about the generation older than us, and I think that it's still tough to be a woman and you want to have a career and get your master's or whatever. Right? My sister has a PhD and go on. That takes you out of having kids.
Yes,
at that time.
There's a choice you have to make. Almost.
It is.
It's unfair.
It's a choice, and it is unfair. And so now life goes down the road, and then maybe you're with somebody and you realize that's not the person to be with, and so you stay career focused, and then miss out on potentially on family.
And when you're
that's
young,
where I'm saying if you can find the partner that's going to support you doing what you want to do, and then also do what they want to do, and somehow meet in the middle. Well,
because when you're in your 20s. We have it pretty good in America, right? Even like the brokest person in their 20s is still living in America. When you're in your early 20s,
look, right now you can get a 55-inch flat screen TV
for just $400 at Walmart.
I'm thinking less than that.
Oh yeah, less than that. But no, but the point is that you have no idea what your values are going to be 20 years from now,
right? Exactly.
Or 30 years from now, and then all of a sudden you're that woman or guy who says, "Oh, I forgot to have children."
Yeah,
you know, because we're sold a bunch of ideas over the years.
Some days I just forget I have
Well, that
children.
was the opposite of me. Like, I met my ex-husband young. I had the kids, and now I've come more into myself and my individuality. And I love that. I already had the kids. I have my business, and now I'm getting to explore more who I am. And I am really confident in myself and my worth. And I date, but it's not the priority. What?
You should question that a little bit. No, all right. Well, look, I have a dating checkered past. I was just thinking of two women in there that were like, there were some things that I thought that girl said that were of value, and some things I thought, man, dudes, run.
Yeah.
Run for your life.
That is
run, Forrest.
I bet she goes on one or two dates, and she is like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And
I bet she leads with that shit.
She has a lot of masculine energy.
She's a serial date. She leads with that. I want this.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
check, please.
We'll take a moment. I'm going to tell you what today is known as. The day we're taping this, what it is known as. And we'll get to that next. But first.
I quit my diet.
Yeah, she's like out there shaking in a bikini.
Some people say I look like Janet Jackson. Look more like Freddie Jackson.
Hey, Kev, could you pass me a water, please?
Same. Ditto.
It ain't funny.
I got to get more tomorrow.